This screen captures a playtesting success and a playtesting failure. So let's go with the failure first. My game, The Anacrusis, is on sale right now for $2.50. Link in my bio. Check it out. It's $2.50. Come on. But this is a lobby. But we never tell you it's a lobby. We needed to be explicit. I often tell this to people, and I'll get in arguments day and night with people. You need to be explicit. You need to tell people you are in a lobby. But I like the idea of the lobby, right? Because when we were working on Left 4 Dead, we would have this problem with people didn't want to sit in the lobby because you couldn't do anything in the lobby, and people would just come and go, and like it just didn't work out. Now, when our game was really ripping, and we had a bunch of people playing with Game Pass and everything, it was a little bit different because we had a little bit more flow in here, and so you'd be sitting in here for a minute, and you would see names pop in here, and that would be people connecting into your lobby, and that was awesome. We had some problem with the back end then and stuff, and it didn't work as well. The free weekend disaster. One day I'll talk about that, but in this case, it worked pretty well that it started filling up and people had that. And you could go check your loadouts. You can do all kinds of stuff in the lobby, but we were never told you were explicitly in the lobby. So often people would just be like, well, I'm going to start the game because I think that's going to start the lobby because that's the natural flow. And when you do something that's not normal, you should be explicit about it. Now, why I say this is a playtesting fail is because how we playtested this internally with people playing, they never got to this problem. They never saw this as a problem because they were instantly in there, and their path to playing was they knew there's other people over here and this is who they were going to play with, and they had an expectation of lobby. Where if you don't have an expectation of lobby, there you go. But you can say, hey, I'm going to start an episode and co-op game, and they'll fill up. Now, one of the successes behind the scenes here you don't see is there's no logging in. We do cross-play without creating accounts. We do that because if you don't save any data, you don't need to create an account to clean the data. Right? It's an EU regulation, the right to be forgotten. It's a beautiful law. But that works here seamlessly, that we can do cross-play and you never have to log in. So that's success, but that you're in a lobby is a failure. And that's my fault. That is 100% my fault. Something else, everything's my fault because it's my company. But we got in arguments over other stuff, and I'm kind of curious. But so the success, the playtesting success, by far, is this little thing here, the lobby code. So one of the things, we started our Discord to play co-op games because I wanted more people to play co-op games with me, right? Like I like playing co-op games, and one of the things with that is I'm like also, hey, we're playtesting, not the competition, I don't think of it that way, but we're playtesting modern design. And with that, try to get in some games is a freaking nightmare. Like you have to be Steam friends, you have to be, and think about like cross-platform, like, oh, it's just so hard to play with your friends unless you have a lobby code. And a couple games had lobby codes, and instantly those games we could play, and it's like, bam, okay, playtesting success, right? Because playtesting taught us, our playtesting outside of our game taught us that lobby codes were the right thing. The other thing that we changed late, and we can't, like, I don't have the staff to change this now, so we're gonna have to live with this for a little bit. But if you're playing our game, click on this, click on the settings. We went to a modern flow where you put the settings down in and you don't make them explicitly go through. We used to make you explicitly go through the settings because you get this screen, which is a whole bunch of cool things. Our game does things that no other games do, right? Especially in versus mode. We let you do, like, you can do no spawn timer and just go crazy on each other. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. And you can also play, remember, you can play versus against bots with 0 spawn time, which means you're always killing. But you can do a whole bunch of stuff here. And that's one of the things that makes our game different, because especially now as we embrace the idea that you can choose the kind of the mod stuff with the weapons and the creatures and all of that, I think we want to even get more granular there. We'll see. But like we just missed this because it's not in your flow, because that's not the modern way. And again, when you're doing something that's like that, I think you need to call it out a little bit more explicitly. So we changed the language there to call that settings. It used to not call it settings. It just used to be like, hey, it told you what you were doing. And so you thought it wasn't a button, but just a piece of information. Making games is hard. It's such little tiny things. But I'm telling you, every game, man, put that thing in there. See, you're still in the lobby. Here you are going to settings, but you're still in the lobby. Still in a lobby. Really solve this problem for Left 4 Dead.